Website backups aren't optional, they're actually very essential. And in today's video, I actually want to show you guys how I protect my WordPress websites and as well as my client WordPress websites using BlogVault. Right now, they are currently one of the most reliable backup tools you can use for WordPress, and a huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Like always, guys, I have links for you guys with special discounts in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is, of course, head over to blogvault.net, and the link will be down in the description box. So right off the bat, they say backups for business critical WordPress websites. So if your website is one of those websites that is absolutely necessary to be up on the web live and functioning smoothly at all times, then backups will definitely be your friend, because honestly, things breaks inside of these websites all the time. And if something was to break, you need to have an effective, reliable backup tool that will allow you to restore your website, back up any changes that is done on your website, and you can move forward and feel comfortable about your website. Now, of course, going down this homepage will grant you a lot of different information in terms of the benefits in regards to using BlogVault for the backups on your website. But like I said, the link is down in the description. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of these nitty-gritty details. I'll just show you how it works in full effect. So obviously, like I said, the first thing you need to do is create an account. So sign up or get started for free. Either one of these buttons will work. Go ahead, create an account, and then once you log in, it will lead you to the dashboard. Now, once you actually create an account and log in, it will prompt you to the dashboard. Now, right now, what you're doing is essentially syncing your website that you want to do backups for. You need to now sync it to the dashboard. So essentially, all we're going to do is go ahead and paste in our URL right here. I'm just going to use this little demo one. I'm going to go ahead and press on continue. After pasting in your URL and continuing on through the process, you will now see that the site synchronization has started. So right now it's just analyzing your site, and it's basically just getting some basic security things. That way it can sync your site to the BlogVault dashboard. I'm going to give this a few minutes to go ahead and complete with the synchronization. And as you see, we're already almost done, and it's only been about like 30-40 seconds to a minute. Of course, the time will vary depending on how big or small your website is. This is a relatively small website. There's absolutely nothing on this website for the most part. And like I said, you can see that the scanning of the website has already began. They're just bringing you back some basic security stuff right here. And again, this is only just syncing the site. So let's go ahead and let this finish, and I'll be back once it's completed. All right, so like I said, it really just depends on the size of your website. This website is relatively small, so as you see, that only took about a few minutes or so. Now, I said that this was the first part, just syncing this website to your BlogVault dashboard, but we did have to start off with security. Now, if we were to just go back up here to where it says sites, and this time you will see that we actually see our website right here. So you see we have some quick actions right here, more on those a little bit later. And at the very end, we need this Rubik's Cube right here. So if I just click on that, it'll now take me to the overall site overview. Right here is where you will see the details for the backup. Now, as you see right here at the very top, the backup is not toggled on yet. Because remember, guys, we just synced our website to this dashboard. But now it's time to actually enable the backup feature that we can now use for our website. Now here is it already done in action on my live website. So as you guys see right now in the backup container here, we've already done 112 backups, right? And you can see right here at a glance, you have some little basic metrics right here. So we can see that the last synchronization, or the last time we had a backup go through, was 17 hours ago. Of course, we can always disable it if we want, but of course that's not what we want. We want to keep it. We can go ahead and restore if for any reason we know we have some backups, as we can see right here, and we just want to go ahead and start a restoration for one of them. We can quickly migrate if we need to do that. And we also have some details, which is the one we're going to click on right now. If you open up the details, you will see the site health overview right here. You have the option to do real-time backups. This is going to be super important if you are doing WooCommerce. So BlogVault do offer backups for WooCommerce sites, which will give you real-time backups for your WooCommerce site. That way, if anything happens to your website while your store was actually up and running, it will have real-time backups. That way you won't lose any of your WooCommerce data, because that's a huge thing when it comes to online stores. If something critical happens where you have to restore and go back to an older version of your website, although the look may not be different because maybe it's from a few hours ago or maybe a day or two ago, you will indeed risk the chances of losing some orders, and you don't want that. And so this is the reason why they do have the real-time backups for WooCommerce right here. But going back right here, you see that we have our 112 backups already completed. We can see the last time it synced. We can see our sync frequency. So the settings that we have already set up is set to 1 per day. So we do 1 backup per day. And we can now see the file size, which is sitting at 3.10 GB of the backups that we do have. So we also see that we have our total files here, and we also have our total tables right here. So as you see, we have 56.56K total files on this website, and then for the tables we have around 572. If you were to click on view all for either one of these, so now you see we see all of our files right here. So these are all the files in regards to our website. Now you can obviously check these one by one depending on which one you want, or you can always do the select all toggle right here. And down here you have some options to add, ignore, or download. Now obviously once you click on one, the only option that you have to do is of course download. So if you need these to maybe download them to your computer, to upload them somewhere else, or just to safely have these files on like your computer or a jump drive, you can easily do that, but just by clicking all and downloading it to your device. The same thing with tables. If we go in here, of course, websites are made up of files and tables inside of the database, and you can do essentially those same things here. You can just select them, and then all you have to do is come down here to save, or you can download them. It's totally up to you. Right here at the very top, you do see some other options. So if you want to quickly migrate this site, then you can easily do that with the click of a button. You can auto restore if you need to, again, go back to a previous version. We're going to get into that in just a second. You also have the option to upload this to Dropbox. So again, similar to how you wanted to download any of the files and tables to your computer or maybe a hard drive, you can also upload some things to Dropbox, or these backups to the Dropbox, and you can even download backups as well. And you obviously can test a restoration. If we just scroll down, you see down here, we just have the backup stats. This is just simply showing you what have been synced and what have been ignored. And you can always go here to show all backups. And this will just give you all of the backups that has previously been done. And you can see whether things were completely done correctly. If you have any activity over here of maybe some things that needed to be changed or some things that did change. And basically in the gist, it just lets you know what these backups include. If you ever need to see the files or tables that were currently synced with a specific backup, let's say you wanted to go back about a week or two, you can go here, and all you have to do is click on view, and it'll open up that same window with the files, but instead now you're looking at the files from the backup of whatever date you're currently looking at. Now that was a list of all the backups right here, so let's go back here and let's actually try to do a backup. So how the backup would obviously work is just simply clicking on backup right now. So if I just go ahead and click on this, you can of course name it whatever you want. This is just for you to recognize your backup. Let's just go ahead and put test backup. That way I know this is the one I did for tutorial purposes. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. And now you will see that the backup is in process. So we're going to give this a few minutes to process through, and then I'm going to be back once it's finished. All right, so once it's finished, you'll now see the number updated. We went from 112 to 113 because, of course, we just completed a backup. Now, as you see, the metrics here have changed. Now, the last sync was 7 minutes ago. Now, that's exactly how the backup now works. It's just as simple as that. And, of course, we can always go to show all backups. And, of course, we'll see the one we just completed right here. And since I did do some changes to the checkout page of my website, as you see, it did bring up some activity, real-time activity of something that was done today, which shows you the accuracy of the information that is going to be on each one of your backups. Now, if you needed to restore the site, you would just go here to restore site. Once you click it, it will bring up a window of options for you to start the process. So obviously you need to choose which backup version you're trying to go to. Well, we just did one. However, if you wanted to change that, you can click on change and you have all of your previous backups right here. So if you know around October 18th was the last time that you saw your website look in a specific way that you actually prefer, then just go back here, just choose that date and confirm it right there. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Right underneath there, you see we have the selective restore. So at this point, you can now choose whether you want to restore all of the files or all of the tables or both. So all you have to do is uncheck the one that you do not need restored. Let's say you're doing this restoration for the website and all you need is the files. You don't necessarily need the data tables. You could just uncheck it. Or if you need both of these, you can keep them both checked. And if you have specific files or specific tables that you don't need, you can just click on it right there and you can uncheck whichever ones you don't need. So for the files, let's say you don't need some of the WP content restored, you can just go ahead and uncheck it. It's totally up to you. You have full flexibility. You have some advanced options right here if you need to do some file permissions. And right here, just give you a little check that the pre-restore checks have been completed, meaning that if you continue restoration, you're more than likely 9 times out of 10 will have a success rate because they already did a pre-restore check and everything is going to be perfect. And of course, after you're done, all you have to do is click on continue and then you will start the restoration process. Now, this is how it looks inside of this dashboard here, which currently right now the BlogVault team are updating their new dashboard. And as you see, there's a big new try new dashboard button right here. So if I was just to click on this, it will then switch me to their new interface. So this is the new design they're currently working on. If we were to go down here and choose our website here, you will see that it now has the overview of our website, similar to the older dashboard. So you will see that it pretty much is the same concept. It's just a new interface and basically a new design. So as you see, there's still all of our metrics right there. And if we scroll down, I think I do love this a lot on the new dashboard, that they do have this backup timeline where you can see all of their past ones that's done for the month. And of course, if we just go back to last month, we'll see that we had everything successfully backed up all month. We had a few hiccups right here. However, pretty much everything was good to go. And that just shows you the success rate of using BlogVault to actually do or take care of the backups for your website. All of these are pretty much successful. We only had one day where we had some mishaps happen. However, if we go over to where we are in this month, so far they're already starting off pretty good. And that's exactly how I use BlogVault for not only, again, me, but my client WordPress websites as well. No stress, no downtime, no difficult or overwhelming dashboards. Just clear to understand information about my backups or what needs to be backed up, and the files and database tables right at my fingertips. Again, huge thank you to BlogVault for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys have found this video helpful, go ahead and drop me a like. Comment down below if you've used BlogVault before or if you plan to use it in the future and how you will go about it. That's pretty much all I have for today's tutorial, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.